Where last we left off, Nekose and Aki had just stumbled into a rebel... I don't suppose it's an ambush, they seemed quite surprised to see us. Yes, I thought we had been doomed to backwater assignments. They seem surprised to see us, so probably not an ambush. But it is outside in, what is it? Like an iron planet? It bursts out iron. Well, we're about to see. It stuns your systems, and if you get unlucky, it can be a devastating event. What's it called? A pulsar. Periodic waves of electromagnetic energy will disrupt your shields and drones. So, I'm just going to straight off fire. What are they packing? Only 2 lasers? I think I'm okay. As long as I can bring down their weapon systems before... Okay. Before my weapon systems get taken out, my shields went down because of the iron pulse, which is firing again already. I'm not gonna let up. And it's targeting my shields. Oh, of course it is, because my shields are the outer layer. The iron hits the shield before anything else. But I've got their weapon systems down now, so... Back when I was a bit of a more professional player, I used to fuck about with turning the shields off before an iron weapon hit, and then turning them back on. When you have a low level of shields, or really fast charging shield, you can actually get away with dodging iron attacks or letting them hit unimportant systems. It's a bit of an advanced move, and it's very difficult to pull off effectively, because you're kind of, especially in this situation, you're trusting in range to, in the RNG, to not fuck you by hitting an important system like your weapons. Yeah, I don't recommend it. It's more trouble than it's worth. And they're offering quite a bit. This is probably how I got missiles now I think about it. But this is an easy kill, and we have plenty of fuel, and I'm never going to use those missiles on this ship. Watch me get a missile weapon now I've said that. So we will not accept surrender. No, no, no. We will keep hammering you down. Oh, my iron stunner was down again. Oh, my weapons got taken out this time. That was not great. But they are on their last hold point. So as long as I can hit them once before they bring their weapons back online. They have 1 laser on. Someone's in the room repairing it. I can see the doors going. Oh, they have their lasers on. Ah, but I've stunned them. And that was the last kill. Yes, I think I came out of that better. I got more scrap, which is more important to me. And we still don't have a shop. I'm not going to get a shop on the exit beacon. There might be one there, but I doubt it. So, oh, we're in danger, so I can't use the upgrade screen, which sucks. You fancy you see something moving in the shadow of the beacon, but it all remains still. They are called beacons. Little jump points, they're called beacons. Ah, and we have a store. I was going to do some upgrades if we didn't have one, but that's good. Merchants are not highly respected among the Mantis race, so few undertake the profession. You're mildly surprised to receive an advertisement from a nearby space dock. You decide to see what they have to offer. That's a point. The hostile sectors, like Mantis sectors, have less shops. I should have remembered that. Okay, so I have some options here. I could get a drone control, but that would compete with my hacking. For drones, I'd rather keep the hacking. I could get another iron. That could go quite well, considering I have an iron stunner, and they're both low power. The combined iron barrage could disable shields quite nicely and leave my chain laser free to pound away at weapons. I have a boarding drone I'm not going to use, so I will sell that. Oh. Maybe I should. I really don't know. I could buy the drone control and use my drone parts to board. What, alone? Alone, I think that's not going to be worth it. I will sell the boarding drone and the emergency respirators, which I'm not going to use because my Lanius crew members don't breathe oxygen, so they don't need an augment that reduces damage from low oxygen. I don't know what they breathe. I think they're robots. Not entirely robots, are they? Or cyborgs? I don't remember. I don't remember what the Lanius are, other than they're like mechanical metal people. I am not going to buy any systems. I'm going to buy the Iron Blast, and I'm going to do some hull repairing, but not quite all the way, because sometimes you get repair events. And I would like to spend some money on weapon upgrades and power upgrades. So now I have an Iron Blast to complement my Iron Stunner. Oh, you always want to keep your most important weapon first, because it's the one that will stay on longest. If I get my weapon system damaged, the Iron Blast will go first, followed by the Iron Stunner, and then the Chain Laser. So having it first means it's least likely to get turned off because of damage. And I don't want to power any other systems. Oh, except for maybe the shields. I don't know why I didn't have the second layer on them. I hope they haven't been off for long. But now I have the clone bay back on, so Nekose and Aki are going to survive. They're getting trained up quite well. Aki's getting his repair going. We're going to jump to the exit. Head out to Sector 3. You've arrived at the long-range beacon. When the FTL drive is charged, you can jump to the next sector. This area shows signs of a battle some time ago. There are scattered remains of ships, but one station appears to be intact. Against my better judgment, I'm going to move in to examine the station. If I get an event that costs me a crew member, I'm going to get very annoyed. The station is in disarray. You find a cloning bay partially intact, but nothing else seems to be functioning. Oh, we can search for a surviving DNA bank. I will do that. While the cloning facilities are no longer functioning, you find someone was in the queue to be cloned. You transfer their data to your clone bay, and after a time a body is rebuilt. The clone is extremely confused, but calms down after you try to explain the situation. With no other options, the clone offers to work on your ship for a time. And I got fired him, who is now going to suffocate. I apologise, fired him. That's on me. I shouldn't have gotten that event. Sorry, buddy. I'm going to turn off the clone bay to save you from the agony of forever resurrecting and dying. My bad. I should have known what that event was going to lead to. Bye, fired him. Clone bay is off. Crew are dying. Well, that's that. I suppose that was nicer than resurrecting him, and then resurrecting him, and then resurrecting him, because I'm not turning the oxygen on. I mean, I can't, and I'm not going to. No oxygen run. Well, I just spent a bunch of scrap, so I don't want to head into the civilian section. I will head into the uncharted nebula, where I can jump around for forever, and probably encounter some slug ships. The gases that make up the nebulas in this sector threaten to impair your systems, but you have to press on. Oh, this is an awesome nebula. Look how big that is. Okay. So, since the rebel fleet are unprepared for the nebula sectors, it means they... Oh no, since they were prepared for the nebula in this sector, it will be less effective as a hiding spot compared to a normal nebula in another sector. So, I can still jump around and it will save me time. They will attack, they will find me slower. Oh, perfect. The ship starts to power up its FTL drive. If it gets away, it will no doubt warn the fleet of your position. Well, this is my opportunity to test the new iron setup. I am going to use the chain laser to... Oh, I don't know. I think I'll use the iron weapons to hammer the weapon systems now, and use chain laser to destroy its FTL, because the iron weapons are going to fire faster. Although I still think it's going to get a missile off before... Yeah, there we go, it got a missile. Oh, and I definitely should have used the drone part to stun the missile. I should have seen that coming. What? Oh, I thought I redirected the chain laser in time there. I didn't. Okay, so we're going back to this. I'm going to throw a drone out so I can... Yes, at the very last moment, hit the missile. Okay, and... No, it's going to get another missile off. That's so on me. Oh! and I completely forgot it was jumping. Man. Fleet Pursuit doubled for one jump. And my clone bay's down. There's a fire in the clone bay as well, according to the little pop-up there. But no oxygen. Advantages of no oxygen run. The fire went out immediately. Wow, that was just not good. I should have targeted the chain laser on the weapons and stun at the irons. I shouldn't have fired in sequence. I should have synced them up so they were going one after the other. That was bad. You can see the edge of the rebel fleet appearing on the sector map now. Let's just call that what that was. That was a complete fuck up. That was my fault. Wow. I mean, I'm not as good at this game as I remember myself being. Well, hopefully I'll get better as I go along, but we'll see. Maybe I'll crash and burn in this sector.